r/Tales from Call Centers, Episode 6. Just follow the instructions. M. Me equals M. Lady equals L. Asterisk asterisk. Fast forward 5 minutes into the convo to skip a lot of the unnecessary conversation. Asterisk asterisk. M. Just install this app on your phone. It will help screen calls so you won't get as many. L. What do I do? M. Open up the App Store on your phone, search for app name, and install it. L. I have the App Store open. What should I do again? M. Search for app name. L. I've searched for it. What do I do now? M. Finding in a piece, download and open it. L. It's downloaded. M. Good, now open it. L. It's open. What do I do? M. Well, what does it say? L. I need to grant it permission. M. Okay, just follow the instructions your phone tells you and it will guide you through the rest of the way. L. It says go to settings. M. Then go to settings. L. Then what? M. I feel a twitch appear behind my left eye. Just follow the steps the phone tells you. L. Then after I do that, then what? M. Then we are done. The phone is telling you what needs to be done. This happens with setup as well. Customer, it says hello. Me, what else does it say? Customer, swipe up to start setup. Me, there ya go. Customer, well, what do I do? Me, starts to open up Indeed, Monster, and Glassdoor on my phone. I have to escape. How may I help you? So this is actually a story about my friend. I told him I would post this on Reddit. He agreed. He works as a call center agent in one of the largest BPO company in my country. This happened earlier this year. He finished his 6 months probation period and become a regular employee. We celebrated this and we drank alcoholic beverages. His treat: I didn't drink so much because I'm driving. Him on the other hand is too intoxicated to stand up by himself. This is where the fun part happened. We are about to go home and I wake him up, shaking him and calling his name. Friend, wake up, we're going home. His answer to that is welcome to Beep customer service, how may I help you? I laughed so hard because his first instinct in his drunken state is his call center agent mode kicking in. Then on our way to my car he passed out. But he woke up on our way to his place. He's talking again. You have been such a great customer. And for that we want to share a special offer. Can't remember the rest, but it definitely came from his script. After that I told him about this. At first he didn't believe me and told me I was making up stories. Not until I showed him the voice record. On his defense, in his 6 months probation they were not allowed to speak our mother tongue even in lunch breaks. And they were only allowed to speak in English. Today I realized just how little call centers care. So my call center is part of a larger company, which is centered around positive experiences and atmospheres. Today I learned just how much crap that is, at least for our side of the company. I started this job almost 3 years ago now. About 6 months into the job, I was hospitalized for what was initially believed to be something really serious. It turned out to be something less serious, although still bad and related to stress. I was told to take it easier, and that if it were to happen again that could be a serious concern. Work kept me on easy duties for a couple of months, and at the time I really thought they cared. Now, it should be noted that new management has come in the last 6 months. Basically, I've started feeling the same way I did then. Tearful, stressed a lot, shaky and out of control. Gradually getting worse. Back then it built and built. I explained this to one of my supervisors, who then reported my concerns to a manager. My manager said this morning that we all need to be pulling our weight and he doesn't think I'm strongest in a position off the phones. So how quick I am is more important than my health. Good to know. I don't want a Greek engineer reposting as didn't have enough karma first time around. I used to work tech support for a broadband provider in the UK. Still work for the same company, but thankfully not in the call center anymore. As tech support, I dealt with anything from broadband, landline, PC, laptop wireless issues, etc. A woman calls and says her broadband isn't working. I run through some tests and find there is a fault on the line and it needs an engineer. I run through the usual spiel about getting someone out, all the mandatory statements about cost if it's her fault, etc., and get her a date. The conversation that follows is what always sticks in my mind. Me, that's your engineer booked. I'll give you a call after the appointment to make sure everything is working. Customer, thank you. Can you make sure he's not Greek? Me, sorry I didn't catch that. Thinking I must have misheard her. Customer, I don't want a Greek engineer. The Greeks have installed listening devices in my garden. I see them every time I look out the window. Your engineer needs to sweep them away when he arrives. Me, customer, and while he's at it, get him over to the hospital. I see the mast on top of it. The police have installed it to listen to my phone calls. I'm sick of being spied on by the police and the Greeks. Me, I'm sorry, the engineer is only able to fix your broadband. As it's a broadband fault, there may be something wrong with your phone as well, so he should fix that as well. Customer, okay, thank you. As long as he's not Greek, we'll be okay. It was a very weird conversation, to say the least. The call ended and I put my notes on and booked my call back, not putting anything in the notes about the weird conversation. I went back a few days later to call and see if everything was working following the engineer visit. The visit had been cancelled and there were more notes. The son had called the next day to cancel all services as he'd had to have his mother sectioned. Always thought it was a sad end of affairs. Have you just blown up your house? Back around 2003 I worked for an electricity company in the UK. I was on the prepayment team, which always had good stories as people who were on this type of meter were people who had serious debt or were generally scummy. It was rare to get the nice people who just wanted to keep track of their bills. One story always amuses me anytime I think about it. A guy called in cause he had no hot water and knew there was money there, so he figured his meter was broken. These meters tend to be under stairs in a darkened cupboard. Conversation as follows. Me, is there a display on the meter? Customer, I can't see, it's pretty dark. There's normally a light on the meter, but that's not on. Me, okay, I just need to make sure there's no display. Can you press the red button, please? Customer, I can't see a red button. It's right in the corner. Hang on, let me light a match so I can see better. Now, having an open flame near a gas device is never a good idea. Before I had a chance to tell him so, the phone went dead. I started panicking, thinking that this guy has just killed himself and blown up his house. I asked my manager what I should do and he said try calling him back, and if there's no answer, call the police. I called back and the guy answers. Me, is everything okay? Customer, yeah, match burned my finger and I dropped the phone, it must have hung up. Me, phew, don't light a match near the meter, I thought you'd blown yourself up. Customer, oh yeah, didn't think of that. Anyway, I did manage to notice there's no display. Boring end was it turned out the meter was faulty and I had engineer replace it. Still, panicked the life out of me for a moment. Why I quit my call center job. I got a call center job with an international package delivery company based in the US that I will call Brown Parcel Service, BPS, in May of this year. It was the height of COVID-19 restrictions and a lot of people were ordering packages because they couldn't leave their homes. Highest package volumes were in California and New York, because those places were hit hard by the pandemic and were on strict lockdowns. Naturally, I got a lot of calls from those areas because there were a lot of weird things happening, such as packages getting delayed, not getting picked up, showing as out for delivery for days at a time, and packages not showing up when a customer paid for them to show up, overnight delivery, 2-day shipping, etc. The call that made me decide to quit was regarding the last issue. The man was from an area with a high volume of packages. He had paid a high price for overnight shipping, and from what we could see, the package did get to his city the next day. But it had been 5 days since then, and every day the package read as out for delivery but hadn't shown up. He wanted to know when his package would come, and frankly, I didn't know what to tell him. The most recent update on my side was out for delivery, but I know he didn't believe that. And frankly neither did I. He was also asking about a refund because it didn't show up on time. So I put him on hold and called the helpline to ask what I should say and to ask about the refund. The woman who answered told me the same thing I had already told the guy. The delay was caused by a high package volume and a lack of staff due to the COVID-19 pandemic. I asked if I should transfer him to billing to see about a refund. To which she said the following: "Because BPS cannot currently guarantee delivery times, we are not doing refunds for late packages." So I went back to the guy and told him again why his package was delayed. And I told him that his package was getting priority because it was late. But there were just so many packages. He said he understood, but then he asked again about a refund. I begrudgingly told him what I was told about a refund, and he gave me a scoffing laugh before hanging up. I couldn't disagree with that judgment. If I'm being honest, the way I see it is that BPS is not only screwing over their customers by charging ludicrously high prices for services they can't promise to deliver on and won't refund, they're screwing over their highest paying customers by selling them a lie. The worst part is that most of the customers don't get a say in being customers. They're customers of online stores that choose to use BPS. Since quitting, I've ordered a few packages that were delivered by BPS and I didn't get to pick a different shipping method. I quit the day after I had to tell that guy that he wasn't getting a refund. I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't lie to customers that their package was coming when it wasn't. And I didn't want to tell another customer that they got scammed. Edit. Just wanted to add, I went through a week of training, a week of nesting, and only lasted 3 days taking calls on my own before I quit. The most unnerving call I've ever taken. I work in retail customer service for a company that allows split payments on some items. One day I take a call from a man. He gives me the account details of a woman we'll call Jane. He confirms Jane's security details all fine and states HES calling about an overdue payment. Due to data protection laws in my country, even with security confirmed, we have to confirm with the named person on account before we can take the payment. I tell this guy about the data protection laws and he claims to be Jane's boyfriend. I apologize and explain again and ask if she's there just to confirm we can talk to him. Firm no. Me. Okay, so we've got the telephone number XXXXXX on account. Would we be able to contact Jane on this number on a specific date and time? We're open 24 hours. Him. No, that's my number. She doesn't have a phone and won't be available. She can email you. Me. Sorry, but we would need to confirm it's her first, so this would have to be done via phone with Jane. Is there maybe a medical reason she cannot come to the phone? Him. No, she just can't come to the phone. Ever. Me. Unfortunately, I can't do anything further today, but I will pass the details to the finance team so they can contact Jane. Is the address on the account correct? Him. Yes, but she's not here. Me. Okay, well, do you have contact details for her so we can clear this up? Or if you have power of attorney, we can speak to you, but we'd need the documents posting to us. Him. No, she lives here. There's no power of attorney needed. I don't know her well. The details are all correct. She just won't be coming to the phone again. Hangs up. So I had a quick look at the previous notes on the account as I had a feeling the man I had spoken to may have been Jane, but I found that Jane had personally called us a few months prior about a different overdue payment, and our finance team had done all the necessary security checks to allow her split payments. I passed the details to our fraud team, but I always wonder what happened to Jane and if she's okay. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more Reddit content.